Hey guys, Senseless Dust here, welcome back to a brand new video now today. I'm outside Hopetown, Darlington. This is another rail museum along the line that goes between Bishop Auckland and Darlington, which is also the same line as Shildon. So yeah, we're doing another museum tour today. Just gonna have a look around at some of the trains and stock that they've got here. Yeah. So yeah, let's see what this museum has in store. It's about relax and enjoy. Right, we haven't even passed the first shed yet, but I've just spotted this rather stylish timeline. So it's in the shape of some railway tracks. So I don't know how well you can see this because of the sun, but oh no, you can see it. So in 456 AD, travel within the UK is by foot or horse and cart on the railway. And then in the 1560s, the first track laid in the UK for transporting goods, and then we travel along quite a long time to the 1780s, where the steam power, the steam power is underway for industry. And then in the 1800s we have, if I can point it right there, the canals and our primary transportation for goods. And then you got quite really cool sounds. So yeah, and then in the 1810s the idea for the Stockton and Darlington Railway was born. And then in the 1820s, tracks laid and steam locos built for Stockton and Darlington Railway. And then in 1825, obviously the opening of the Stockton and Darlington Railway by George Stephenson himself. And then the 1830s, goods yard opens for moving goods. And then 1840s, passenger travel is underway. Then 1850s, discovery of iron ore in Cleveland Hills. We move on to the 1860s, engines built at North Road Works. So it's opened in the 1860s. And then in the 1870s, the world's first electric railway was invented. And then 1880s, railways are now part of everyday life. And then in the 1890s, German Rudolf Diesel invents the diesel engine. So yeah, that's very cool. Very cool timeline and very stylish. So we're just outside, and where the kids' play area is, there's just a casual Class 37 just there. It looks absolutely brilliant. I don't know how you can get to it if you can. I don't know if that bit's open, that shed over there, but that is brilliant. How cool is that? Yeah, I'm gonna take a photo. So we're now in a building that clearly has been used to this is definitely an old station here. So, just go behind, yeah, you can just go behind me, thank you. You can. So when this is clearly an old station building. So you've got the old ticket office here. It's alright, it's fine. You've got the old ticket office here. Then we've got, it is believed that a sleeper stone is the weight that one navy can carry on their own. I don't know what that means. So this is clearly an old ticket office.
That's right. Today's line runs from Bishop Auckland to Saltburn, and you can catch the train from here at North Road Station.
So this is the old North Road Station.
You will pass over the
so yeah.
Just as the very first.
This is the ticket office. There's a clock there. We come over here. We find a film. Well, I wouldn't say a film. It's like an old viaduct where the where the rocket would pass. You can just see the tail end of it there. You'll see it just over here when it starts again. Oh, you got a horse on the line. Aha! Here it comes. There it goes. How cool is this? That's very cool. So over here we have a little story here. That is a quote by Edward Pease. I don't think I've heard of him. That, I think, is Richard Trevithick. Is it? Or is it George Stevenson? Oh, I don't know. This is about power and protest. So this is like a protest going on about the Stockton and Darlington Railway. Save our farmland, apparently. Yeah. And you've got a little game here. Cool. So we've got an old comic here about the Earl of Darlington. And then we have over here, my camera foot, there we go, the Quakers, touch to explore. So you've got pacifism, easier for some people to say, the abolition of slavery, and then the Quaker fact. And then you've got all the facts there. And then here we have, I think it's an old ticket admission thing. So we've got an old bit of paper here. And then it's quite hard to do this one-handed. And then so you've got the lever here. Quite hard to get down, but there we go. It should be print. Aha! There you go. You can barely see it with the light. Yeah, so it's basically a stamp. I think it's for admission of the railway. I'm not too sure. And then come over into here. I think that's an old waiting room here, but it's being used as a showcase. And then, this is the main event of this shed. We have the platforms. It's chaos here. So you've got, I think this is an old replica of the rocket. It's very cool. And then we've got a horse cart here. Town coach in the 1840s. And then you can actually go onto here, watch your step, but obviously it's a ramp. So enjoy the sounds of locomotion number 1 on the first day. So it's basically like you're driving locomotion number 1, which is obviously what George Stephenson built. So you've got so that's the unveiling, and you've got the sounds. Bring the microphone closer. There you go. And it's like you're actually driving locomotion number 1. How cool is that? So now we've got an old coal hopper, an old like freight wagon, and then this lever here was obviously the brakes, but it's being chained because no one touching and breaking anything. And then over here we have an old loco. I'm not too sure what loco this is. I'm going to actually cross the platform here to see what loco it is. So I got this loco over here, number 1463, Northeastern Railway. It is quite busy, so I'm going to have to talk quite loudly over here. So we've got a Northeastern Railway. Oh, you can actually... Okay. I don't think... Oh no, there is a ramp. So you got a Northeastern Railway Express Passenger Engine 240, number 1463 locomotive. I don't know how well you can read that. And then it says like a formation of locomotives here. You've got lots of different activities here. So we've got a second class and first class carriage. And then we've got a ticket office here. That's genius. So then we've got a Stockton and Darlington Railway carriage number 31. And then we've got an All Eastern Railway third class carriage, body C1865. There you go. We've got a carriage here in front of these guys. And then we've got another locomotive here. It's a hive of activity here. So we've got Robert Stevenson and Hawthorns Limited. So it's a Robert Stevenson and Hawthorn 060, number 39 locomotive. And yeah, I'll start the recording once we get another bit of action. So we've got a bit out here. So it is an experiment showcase. It's basically where you have the inside of the train. Unfortunately, there is a no filming policy, so I can't film in there. But you can go in there, and basically, it's what it's like in a train. Did you say? Yeah. So, and then you've got. I think you need to book in advance, and it's an immersive time travel ride. Speak with a member of staff, and it's £5 per person, which isn't that bad, you know. And then we've got here a ticket booth. It's very, very cool. It's basically so the ticket man would stand in there and issue tickets, basically. And we've got another lesson here, pioneering influence. I'll pause the video if you want to read this. Then we've got a couple of luggage wagons, and then we've got a bookstore thing, so it's where you pick up your newspapers and stuff. And then we've got another wagon here. Wesso printing block, and then the King Edward Bridge medal, and then and yeah, I think that's all in this shed. So I think we'll go to the next shed, and then we have locomotive number 1025 Derwent. If we come over here. It was designed by Timothy Hackworth and was built by Darling Company W&A Kitching in 1845. How cool is that? Very cool. We've got the trailer on there. So this is the next building, the Carriage Works building. I believe this is another old station building. You got the 37 there. I don't know if it's a 37 or a Deltic. I think it's a 37. Yeah. So you got the Carriage Works here, and I think this is where the Railway Pioneer exhibition is taking place. Took locomotion number 1 2 hours to travel the 9 miles to from Bristolton to Darlington on the opening day of the Stockton and Darlington Railway. Huh. So yeah, we've got the Carriage Works, Stockton and Darlington 200. And yeah, I don't know if you're allowed to film in here. So, we've made it into the second building. This is the Railway Pioneers exhibition, celebrating the Stockton and Darlington 200, and celebrating the rock stars of the railway rock stars of the past. So you got a little extract here. You can pause the video if you want to read it. Hang on, let me get a bit backward. Go a bit backwards. There we are. Backwards. Yeah. And then we have a couple of replicas of the rocket. And then we have some biographies of Edward Pease, George Stephenson, Richard Trevithick, and Timothy Hackworth. I've only heard of 2 of those 4 people. I've heard of George Stephenson and Richard Trevithick. Pause the video again if you want to read it. This is about Edward Pease. Oh, a little bit out of focus there. And then we move on to George Stephenson, who is obviously famed for building the rockets. Apparently, father of the railways. Yeah, he was born in Wylam in 1781. And then, so he designed his first locomotive in 1814 named Blue Hare, I believe that's how you say it in Welsh. A travelling engine designed for hauling coal in the Killingworth Wagonway, which is the Newburn walk from Newburn to... I think it goes all the way to Prada, actually. From Killingworth all the way to Prada. It also follows the Northumberland line. No, not the Northumberland line. That's the Ashington line. That is, it's the... Oh gosh, I can't remember what line it is. And then we have Richard Trevithick, who is also famed for building, he was an ironworks engineer. And then we have Timothy Hackworth. And we've got a couple of designs here. This one is probably the biggest of them all. And you will recognise this thing here. This is the rocket. Or a replica of the rocket. It won't be the original, I don't think. Oh no, it is locomotion. So I think, yeah, it is locomotion number 1. So yeah. I don't know if it's the original one. Probably not. And then the triumph of the tracks. There's a little bit here, and you've got the map from Croft Bridge, Stockton. It's basically the Stockton and Darlington Railway again, together with a couple of branches. And then here is a map design. And here's the Gornless Bridge, licensed to Stockton and Darlington Railway 200 by Alamy. And then we'll come over here. Yep, this is locomotion number 1. First journey date 1825, loaned by the National Rail Museum and designed by George Stephenson. Surely this has got to be a replica, it can't be the actual thing. Wow. And we've got the Skern Bridge, or the second Skern Bridge, with a rather nice picture of the rocket being hauled by a horse. And we've got a extract here, influences of their time. Then we've got Richard Trevithick, George Stephenson, and I believe... Oh no, this is also George Stephenson. Then we've got a picture of George Stephenson, and I think his wife and maid, I'm not too sure. It's a very nice picture, painting, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. And we've got a little bit of history about George Stephenson here. Design and realisation, there's another extract here. So we've got locomotion, a bit about locomotion number 1. And then we've got the rocket. And we now come over here. This is Penny Darren, loaned by Amgueddfa Cymru, Museum Wales, Welsh speaking coming into play there. We've got a bit of history about the Amgueddfa Cymru. And then over here, oh, it's the same extract. And yeah, I think that's it. So we've got a little bit of a map here. So we've got the Stockton and Darlington Railway. So we've got a bit about George Stephenson. About, I don't exactly know what this means. Oh, apparently it's the engineering tree. So we've got George Stephenson over here. Locomotion number 1. We've got Edward Pease. We've got Robert Stephenson, Richard Trevithick, all the way down here. And then all the way around there. Oh, come over here. And then we've got Timothy Hackworth. There we go. I think we're ready to move on to the next room. Right, so we've got another exhibition called The Stores. And so we come over here, we have the arrangement of the sheds. Derwent Stockton Darlington Railway number 23, so that one's being shunted over. So we've got, I think that's Flying Scotsman. So we've got, and then we've got the 37. Not too sure what that is. That might be the rocket actually. Not too sure what that is, and not sure what that is. We've got, right up there. Who's that? Thomas the Tank Engine, and we've got Percy. I think that's Percy over there. Okay, so I've seen something very, very cool. This is a model railway, and it stretches all the way down to the other end of the room. So we'll start over here. This is where, oh, focus. This is where the boats and the docks were. So, and we've got then a Barrow crossing. We've got a Stockton ticket office. Oh, this is Stockton Station. So that's the ticket office. I think this is the actual Stockton and Darlington Railway. We've got a whistle board over here. It follows all the way down here. We've got the Yarm branch. That's where the branches are. Where it branches off to Yarm. Got another Barrow crossing there. Airlane Nook, which I think is still in use actually. And then we've got a pub here. We've got a rocket. We've got the rocket there. And then we've got the Darlington branch. That's what we're on. Got a couple of wagons there. Is this locomotion number 1? This is the Skern Bridge. Is that locomotion? I can't see. I'll have to zoom in on the camera. Let's have a look. No, it's not. It's Black what? Brampton? I'll have to see. I'll have to like put in a note. And here's North Road Station from 1827 to 1842. That's what North Road Station looked like. Got the Durham Turnpike here. Got another locomotive. Is that locomotion? I'm trying to find locomotion actually. No, that's Royal something. Royal George. Then we've got along here, we've got the Croft branch. And then we've got, whoops. And then we have we've got some sort of branch over here all the way. That's the town of, oh, that's the Shildon Lodge Colliery. This is old Shildon apparently. Where's locomotion? Can't find locomotion. And the Brusselton Incline. And then that's Brusselton. And then we've got, oh, look at this. It's got all the old signal box stuff. We'll just put that over in here. Whoops. So we've got an old signal box line thing. We've got an old telephone there. Some old telephones. We've got the Morse code BB like bell thing. I'm not too sure what you call it. Then we've got a typewriter. I don't know what that is. So basically old model memorabilia. And then we've got a way station. How cool is that? And then we've got, I don't know what this is. Ivinson and Son, Wesso Foundry, Darlington. No idea. We've got a model, I think that's locomotion number 1, I'm not too sure. And then we've got all these nameplates here. Northeastern Railway, 1576, 65663. Can I? That's 61030. I thought that was Flying Scotsman's. I thought that was Flying Scotsman's thing. Oh, Middlesbrough Station. Shildon Station there. And then 84060. 029, sorry, I don't know where I got 060 from. 61030. LNER. It's got all like the different nameplates. We've got Middlesbrough. Glasgow 9-6 Edinburgh, half excursions day apparently. And then we got Newcastle. How cool is that? Oh! Oh! Got... Is that not the Forth Bridge? Oh, I don't know. We've got some old locomotives that... Oh! Hello! Try and guess what that is. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that is an old Tyne-Away Metro car. Indeed it is. 994001. There we go. 994001. Over here we have a carriage. Then we've got a few trains there. 234 class number... Oh, I don't know. Is there a Flying Scotsman here? Yorkshire, LNER 9000. I can't see what the nameplate of that loco is there. I think that's an E4. A couple of other locomotives here. We've got a rail car. How cool is this, man? Yeah, that's very cool. T-Bay in Eden Valley. Yeah, this is very cool. Okay, so we are in the cafe. So we have a toucher locomotive below to discover more. So we've got all these locomotives here. So we've got the number 25 locomotive, the Bobo locomotive, the Hush Hush locomotive, Class 37, and Tornado. So what you do is you press this button. So this is for the locomotive number 25, Derwent, Stockton and Darlington Railway. Come on, camera, focus. Here it is. And then once it stops, you got all these facts about. So designed by Timothy Hackworth, purchased by Pease and Partners. And then W&A Kitching at Hopetown, it was built there. And then, there we go. You watch it go. And then we have, we'll press the Bobo. Northeastern Railway Bobo electric locomotive, number 3 prototype. Here she is. Designed by Sir Vincent Raven, part of a scheme to electrify the line between Shildon and Newport, and known as the Bobo class. Then we've got the Hush locomotive, the Hush Hush. Oh wow, 37's going round. Here she is, the Hush Hush. Squeaky brake time. Designed by Sir Nigel Gresley, who also designed Flying Scotsman and Mallard. Number 10,000 was never officially named and was known as the Hush Hush as a secret project. Locomotive was assembled at the North Road Works in November 1929, or 1829. And off she goes. Bit of wheel slip there. And then we'll get the Class 37, the BR Class 37, number D6898. Here she is. Bit of squeaky brake time. You can hear the engines. Try and turn it up. Watch it pull off now. Operated on the main line since until 1999. And there, watch it pull off now. Sounds good, doesn't it? And then the last locomotive will be Tornado. Number 6163. Not to be confused with Flying Scotsman, which is 60103. Class A1 locomotive in existence. I thought, no, Flying Scot. Oh no, because Scotsman's an A3, isn't it? So this is an A1 class locomotive, and then built in Darlington. And off she goes. Off she goes. There she is, 60103. And that's it. Okay, this is actually a building that I forgot, I forgot about. So this is a building that is parallel TD37. I don't know if you can just see the bottom of it there. I think that's it. Anyway, so they're currently in the process of building a new steam locomotive. It is a linear P2 class number 2007 Prince of Wales, and it is an A1. Oh no, hang on. No. It's the A1 Steam Locomotive Trust, apparently. And then it began the construction began of this loco right here in 2014, and it's still going today, 11 years later. How cool is that? Also, mad. So once complete, number 2007 will be the most powerful steam locomotive in the UK, operating on both the mainline and heritage railways. Oh, that is awesome. I'm not too sure what that is. I think that is the coal tender to 2007. Yeah, so how cool is that? As you can see, there's people in there. But, I don't know how you get in there. But, yeah, that's... yeah? How cool is that? Right, guys. I'm just at North Road Station now. Don't know if you can see it. Hang on. Why is it not doing... Hello? Oh, there we are. Yep, North Road Station. It's backwards, because that's just the way the camera is. Yeah, that is going to be it for today's video, visiting Hopetown. I was actually blown away by this museum. It is brilliant. If you guys want to come here, take a LNER service or Lumo or TPE or Northern to Darlington, and then take a Northern train to North Road Station, and it's literally like you've got the station here and then the museum's over there. So yeah, hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, then please make sure to like and subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you never miss an upload. Apart from that, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys. Goodbye.